Support for Radio Friends comes from Homestead Senior Care, providing trustworthy, kind-hearted senior home care services in your loved one's home. All caregivers are thoroughly screened, extensively trained, professional, and reliable. Homestead is all about providing the highest quality home care service to fit you and your family's needs. Plus, if you would be interested in becoming a caregiver, they offer great part-time positions. Give them a call at 573-442-4333 or check it out at homestead.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, June the 7th. We have a very old friend. Well, how am I going to say that? She's not really old.
You're starting out bad.
I got an old-time friend with me today. Joseph and Rita Reeder. Rita Reeder is the old-time friend. Good to have you here. And Joseph is Rita's son.
Yep.
And you're both here today to talk about the Olivet Christian Church barbecue. This is a pretty big event, isn't it?
Huge event. We serve about 2,000 meals every year.
Yeah.
And we have chicken and mutton, choice of chicken and mutton.
Yeah.
Along with green beans, coleslaw, choice of coleslaw or applesauce, and then a plethora of homemade pies to choose from.
Rita, are you baking a lot of those homemade pies?
Yes.
So how many pies are you baking?
Usually around 6 pies.
But there are hundreds of pies, right? So why should people come to this event besides the fact that the food is so good and the camaraderie is wonderful?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's just a great experience,
Yeah.
you know, because not often can you see 3 generations of families working together.
Yeah.
And there'll be many of us that have 3 generations of our family there.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to see the kids working along with the grandparents.
Yeah.
And
so tickets, you can get tickets now, right? You can get them advanced. How much are they?
$10 advance sales, and we do have online purchasing capabilities you can find through our website on Facebook.
Okay.
Or our Facebook page, not our website.
Yeah. Now, do you eat at the church or can you carry out?
Come have a blast at the church. You can do dine in or drive through. We used to have a carry out, but now we have it set up to where you can do a drive through, so you don't even have to get out of your vehicle.
Okay.
And it's a great community event. It supports great local wonderful causes.
Yeah.
In addition to many other things.
All right. So mark it on your calendar. It is Saturday, June the 16th, 3:30 to 7 p.m. at Olivet Christian Church, and that's located where?
On WW.
Okay.
Right there at the intersection of WW and Olivet.
Yeah, okay.
There's the old church right there on the corner, and then we're kind of tucked up on the hill.
All right. Thank you so much for coming by. And Rita,
Great.
it's good seeing you here.
oh, it's great to be here.
Okay. I appreciate it. Now, again, if you can go to the website, if you want to buy tickets online, it's the Olivet Christian .org, not the church, right? It's just olivetchristian.org, and you can get your tickets online or you can get them there at the door. All right? Joseph and Rita Reeder and Mel Zelenak, the good guy. Thank you, Mel, because we were overbooked, and Mel gave up some of his time so he come on here and promote their church event.
Well, the Lord works in strange ways, because when you told me that, I thought, you know, I've done these workshops, these seminars in other areas, predominantly at K-State, since I've been retired. And I thought, you know, there's one area that maybe the church could do a little bit more with, and that's financial planning, financial management. And I thought it would be a nice lead-in. This was really precipitated by a sermon I heard from Shay Roush from Crossings, and he mentioned that we should give back, and I don't think I do enough of that anymore in the community. So I thought in the fall sometimes I would run a few of these workshops, and basically I'd like to gear it toward college seniors, college juniors perhaps, but almost more importantly young marrieds and young couples who probably could use some help early on with their finances, and things that I can recommend. And we talked about this once before. I literally honestly can save people hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime.
Yeah. Now, Mel was a professor at the University of Missouri. You retired how many years ago?
About 10 years ago.
And you were dealing with economics.
Yes. I taught in 3 different areas. I taught in real estate, I taught in consumer protection, and I taught in a class that was kind of a financial planning class.
So what you're saying is that you would donate your time to churches to go out and talk to their congregation about financial planning?
I would like to limit it to people who probably are just starting in the marketplace, because I don't want to speak with a group of 100 or 200 people. I'd like to limit it to 20 or 25 people maximum. And I just know from past experience that if I have a dialogue in these seminars, it works out better. And it's almost impossible to have a dialogue when you
have a whole lot of
many
people. But, okay, so there's some individual churches that are listening, and they would be interested in having you come out. You would donate your time. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, so they can email me at melscruises@charter.net. What I'd like to ask them to do is just indicate a little bit about what they're looking for, and again, what kind of clientele they would have. Now, I can only do a few of these in the fall, and I'm just going to have to make a selection process unless I only have 1 or 2 responses, and then,
okay.
Then there's no problem at all.
If somebody's interested, you can email Mel, and he'll talk to you about it.
And I could tell you briefly, we have a little bit of time, I could tell you briefly what these would include. And it would be similar to the seminars I've given at K-State and other places. We're going to talk about investing, and you know what my feelings are on investing, and I can save people quite a bit of money just there. And I could show them why it's so easy to invest on your own. And it really is. We're talking about a few hours a year in order to beat many of the experts.
Investing, what else?
Passive income. Now, passive income is simply don't rely on your job for the rest of your life. And what you want to do is put yourself in a position where you're not relying on your job anymore.
And that's owning property?
It could be owning property. It could be writing a book that's in 15 editions, 16 editions, and most of the time, copyright and things like that. But anything, and it can be indeed stocks and bonds, and that type of investing too, if you've got some certainty with that. But you want to get yourself in a position where if you need to, you can quit your job, or if you lose your job, and it's not as difficult as people think it is, but you do have to think in terms of being an entrepreneur there, so that's a little more difficult. Okay,
Mel, we're just about out of time. But again, if people want to contact you, you will talk to church groups or about...
and actually, any group that has people in that clientele
What's your
area.
web address again?
melscruises@charter.net.
melscruises@charter.net. Mel Zelenak, thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
by.
Paul.
Okay, always a pleasure having you here. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about good heart health. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.